We recently wrote a story about the technology that the University of Florida and specifically the Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, some of the technology they're deploying. And we thought it would be good to have Elias Eldayrie come on. And Elias, I believe you're the Chief Information Officer for the university.
Yes, sir.
Great. So we wanted to talk about a couple things. Number one, there was some recent news about the HiPerGator, which is the university's supercomputer. And there's a new generation, I believe it's the fourth generation upgrade of that technology. And to start us off, tell us just a little bit about the HiPerGator, some of its background and the significance of this latest upgrade.
Sure, Frank. As you mentioned, the HiPerGator is the university supercomputer, and it's been here since 2013. So the University of Florida has had a great background and leadership in the technology space, and specifically in supercomputing and high-performance computing. HiPerGator recently has been upgraded to its fourth generation. And right now it has the latest GPU technology from NVIDIA on the planet. The University of Florida received that computer just recently, about 4 or 5 months ago. And we are making it available to all of our faculty by the end of this month.
So that is a powerful computer. I think where does it rank now in the world among academics and just computers in general?
Yeah, we expect this computer, based on what they call mixed precision calculations, to rank about top 10 in the world among all supercomputers. We also expect it to be number 1 in higher education in the United States. It's a very powerful resource that our faculty and students really take advantage of to advance a lot of technology work, research, teaching and learning, as well as really shaping the future of AI.
So for most of us, you start talking big things with supercomputers, we're used to things like smartphones and the devices we interact every day with. Can you give us an example of how much more powerful this machine is, and to say something like a smartphone?
Yeah, two very different technologies, but in general, the GPUs, where they are Blackwell 200s from NVIDIA, they're about 20 times faster than your typical iPhone in your pocket. They are capable of doing about 1.2 trillion calculations per second. So, which is really incredibly important for research when you are trying to do simulation and using large sets of data that requires high compute. So this technology is pretty powerful and a lot faster than your iPhone.
So, the students, I assume, are going to have some access to it. The professors, how are the people at the university using this machine?
Yeah, so the students as well as the faculty have access to the machine. We don't discriminate at all. In fact, we have an initiative called AI across the curriculum, which by definition allows everybody on campus to have access to that resource to enable the research as well as their teaching and learning. So everybody's eligible to use it based on their work assignments in classrooms or in the lab, or any collaborative work that they do with researchers across the globe. Our researchers, as you could imagine, they work with many different faculty from around the globe. And that work is also enabled by that supercomputer.
Excellent. And then next month, the month of November 2025, ground will break at the Gulf Coast Research and Education Center for the Center for Applied Artificial Intelligence and Agriculture. I know they're very excited about that over in BOM or Waimama, and just talk a little bit about that center in AI in agriculture and other disciplines as well.
Yeah, we are equally excited about that. I mean, our leadership here, our senior VP for agriculture, talks continuously about making the University of Florida, and more specifically the state of Florida, the Silicon Valley for agriculture. And we think the supercomputer like HiPerGator, coupled with our faculty, researchers, and our collaborative colleagues across the state and the farming community and others in the agriculture, help us really position the university to take advantage of an investment like this. So that research center, the Applied Artificial Intelligence Center that we're talking about here, we have high hopes for it. We have hopes that it will help with the labor shortage in agriculture, will help hopefully design and simulate um, uh, uh, medication or, if you will, to control diseases using different drones and sensors to prescribe specifically how to deal with specific diseases that the agriculture community deals with in their crops. We also think is going to help us really enable robotics in a way that we've never done it before. Autonomous machines to really track weeding and harvesting, if you will. So the opportunities are endless, and we think this center is going to enable and empower a lot of that work.
So AI, I mean, AI has changed is already changing our lives, and I think in our everyday life, I'm seeing it in how it's impacting just living. In some ways, it's impacting how we do our work already. And the next 5, 10 years, how is AI going to change our lives? I know that's kind of hard to predict, but just in general.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be in the next 10 years, but I'll tell you in the next 2, 3 years, it's going to make
Okay.
a huge difference in the way in which we live, the way in which we do business, how we learn, how we do research. This technology is not it's just a tool. It's a transformative technology that really going to reshape the way in which we automate routine tasks, how we do research on prescription, on medicine, how we accelerate innovation, and how we, do remodeling in a real time on real data. This whole technology is moving in at a speed, honestly, that is hard to predict what's going to look like in 10 years. But I could assure you that in the next 2, 3 years, it will be extremely transformative the way in which we live and do business.
Exciting times, if not a little bit scary, but we have to embrace the future. Elias, unless you have anything else, we thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for reaching out, and go Gators.